Hey guys, we're getting into winter, and if you're like me, you spend a lot of time during the winter prepping your gear, cleaning it up, tuning it, oiling your reels, and one of the most important things you do is put new line on your reels. Well, I go into a lot of department stores, a lot of tackle shops, a lot of this big box sporting goods stores, and I see these all the time. They're portable line spoolers. This one's an outdoor angler portable line spooler. This one here actually came from my local Walmart store. It was less than $5. I started wondering, hey, is this thing going to work, or is it just some new, just some gimmick? There's the back of the package here. It's got the directions on it. If you're like me, you're always going to set up some type of rig, some jig to help you spool your rod and reel, or you're simply going to toss a spool of line on the ground and reel it in and feed it up to your reel that way. Pros and cons so far, like I said, the price is really inexpensive. This thing you can throw in a drawer, throw on your tool bench. It's there when you need it. But mostly it's inexpensive, basic plastic stuff. Looking at it, basically this clamps onto your rod, and then you put a spool of line through the shaft mechanism in it. The only thing is, I know a lot of people will tell you that when you're actually spooling line, especially if you're using mono or some type of line that actually have memory, that you should always have it going in the same direction as your spool. So this would work in that. With that argument said, this would work better with a conventional or bait casting reel more so than, say, a spinning reel. But just going to put it on, open it up, try it out, and see how it works. Okay, so I've got the spooling tool package opened up. This is it. Let's take a look at it. The threaded shaft simply pushes in and out of the end here, but it simply comes in and out. Allowing this part here to release to actually kind of scissor open and close. So you can open it, and depending upon the diameter of your rod shaft, you're going to decide where here you're going to put this around a rod, and then this goes into one side and is threaded into the other. So here I've got a new rod and reel here. I'm actually going to put it in front of the lower eye. Let's see which one may fit best. Alright, so I've got it in front of the front eye. I've got my spool line here. Of course, I love to use braid. Open it up a little bit. Got the spool as such. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the spool, I'm going to push that piece through the hole at the center of the spool, and this, as you can see here, simply goes right into place. Thread it in. So I have my portable line spooler busted open, and I've attached it to the shaft of the rod. It attaches fairly easily. You can snug it up it's got a little spring in here by tightening it down. My first observation here is if you have a spool, a line spool that has a larger hole in it, you may want to get a washer or something for it. But you can snug it down to put more tension on it. That was something I was kind of concerned about. But I've simply attached it over top of the rod where it fits, snugged it down by the threading here on the pin, the shaft that goes through the mechanism. I've tied it off to my reel. Again, I'm using a spinning reel in this case here. And what I do when I'm putting a braid on a spinning reel, I tie it off onto the spool, and then I actually put a layer or two of electrical tape on it. Because we've probably all been in that situation where you get down low on the line on your spool, your spinning reel, and it starts spinning. So it just kind of helps it snug up a little bit so it doesn't free spin. So let's take a look and see how this works. It's going to take a little while, I'm sure, but let's see how it works out. Long as it stays coming straight off that spool, it shouldn't have much of a problem whatsoever. So let's take a look. Tighten down the drag some real well. Let's get to work. Here we go. Okay, so I have my line spooled up on my reel. Takeaways, impressions of the portable line spooler. It's pretty cool, especially considering it was under $5. You can pick it up in a lot of different department stores, pretty much any that seem to carry fishing gear these days. So that being said, it's convenient, it's inexpensive, it's really basic and simple. Anybody can probably figure out how to use it. It does help out. It's better than, say, putting your spool on the floor and reeling it in and having it spin and go crazy all over the place. It's a little bit easier than having a larger spooling stand on a workbench or in a basement or garage or something. That being said, those are probably a little bit more convenient and easy to use if you already have it set up. But this is cool because you can carry this in your tackle box, carry it in your truck or somewhere. So when you get to the water, it's there to go right there, you know, boat side or even on the boat while you're on the water. So it's convenient for that. To me, it is a little bit chintzy. I mean, you get what you pay for. I say that in almost every video. The threading tolerances aren't the greatest, but I was, after a couple of tries, able to snug it down pretty good. I was worried at first that the spool would simply, the line spool would simply free spin, and I'd have a hard time keeping tension on the line. But that, after I tinkered with it a little bit, it was fine. The other thing is, I don't really like, you know, when I use a quality reel rod, I don't really like how it attaches directly onto the shaft of the rod. I feel like I'm going to scuff it up or scratch it up pretty good right there if there's you tighten it up too well. But that being said, for $5, you can pick one up. It comes in handy. Like I said, you know, it's easier than just throwing it on your floor and letting it spin all around the room. But again, the biggest probably concern I have with it is if you're using a line that seems to get line memory in it and has twists and spins in it related to how it's been on the spool when you purchase it. This only goes vertically. You know, I mean, you could twist it and so forth, but you can't pull it directly off the face because of the way that it's designed. But that being said, it's pretty cool. It's not perfect, but for $5, hey, heck, who cares? It might come in handy for you. It might be a good tool to have in your toolbox. So again, as always, please subscribe to the Fishyaker YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and we'll catch you on the water. Thanks for watching.
Fishyaker.com, the original kayak rigging video series.